Today we are going to discuss about the surface mining methods and the different practices carried out in open mining. Uh, how to choose surface mining methods? Choice of surface mining methods. The choice of surface mining methods depends shape of the ore body, whether the ore body is a tabular ore body or a cylindrical ore body or a spherical ore body. There are different type of ore bodies are there, like tabular ore body, cylindrical ore body, spherical ore body. So the choice of surface mining methods depends on this, whether it is method also depends on the orientation of the ore, whether it is horizontal or vertical. Orientation of whether it is horizontal or vertical. Then over hearing in whether it is a massive deposit or disseminated with, then what is the ore body? If it is shallow depth, then strength of the ore body and the overburden and the host rock. What is the compressive strength of the ore body? What is the compressive strength of the overburden material? What is the compressive you should have plenty available land area for dumping the open pit mines cover large surfaces and of waste. That is why the available for waste disposal should be also there. Then what is the impact on the surface? Impacts on surface, environmental impact, surface drainage impact, subsurface aquifer impact, land use changes, social impact. What is the impact of surface mining on the environment? Impact of surface mining on the drainage system, impact of surface mining on the subsurface aquifers, and what is the land use changes. If you go for the land, if it is a forest and it will be, if it is a people are going to lose the cultivation, so there will be social impact due to that is why you should rehabilitate who are affected by a surface mining project. You have to go for rehabilitation of the people who are affected by surface mining method, rehabilitation and resettlement. If from their houses, their land, then you have to rehabilitate them by giving money compensation. You have to rehabilitate in a different place. And what is the projected production rate? How much production you want to produce? How much mineral you want to produce per year, per month? So, what is the projected production rate? And you have to also take into the safety into factor. Safety, mining safety, because before producing the minerals, you have to provide safe working environment. Safety fast, production next, with the motto of every organization. So these are the uh, uh, factors which depend on the choice of surface mining methods. So If you are going for underground mining methods, generally underground mining is adopted when the ore body is too deep and it's not economically or technically feasible to use an open pit mine. If open pit mine is not possible, then you have to go for underground mining. If the deposit is situated at a greater depth, there is no other option. You have to go for underground mining. Deepest hard rock mining open pits are also deepest hard rock open pits are over 700-meter deep also available in Pelabura in South Africa and Chuquibamba in Chile. Up to 700-meter depth of open cast mines are also available. It is increasingly common to progress from open pit mine to underground mining of the same ore body. Surface land use prohibits surface disruption like your towns, agricultural land, lakes, near surface aquifers, not always prioritized by miners. The major distinction between the different underground mining methods is whether the mined out areas remain supported after mining or if they are allowed to collapse. So we have also discussed about hydraulic mining. Hydraulic mining by using the water force. This also we have discussed. What is hydraulic mining? Hydraulic mining generally used for weakly cemented near surface ore deposits. Rifle Works uses mercury for gold recovery. The Stand Intelligent um, uh, Monitor Stang Intelligent uh, monitor hydraulic mining of a placer gold deposit. Operator controlled high pressure water discharge mounted on a skid which is shown in the next figure. So we have also discussed about the dredging operations carried out in uh, onshore and offshore mining. Dredging. Dredge machines are used most often for mineral sands and some near shore alluvial diamond mining operations. Offshore mining. Typical bucket line dredge are common, such as for mining the coal, lignite, and tin mines. So choice of mining and processing method. Choice of mining and processing methods. The simple aim in selecting and implementing a particular mine plan is always to mine a mineral deposit so that profit is maximized given the unique characteristics of the deposit and its location, current market prices for the mined mineral, and the limits imposed by safety, farming. So these are the definition of slope angles used in surface mining. This is the bench, this is the bench, this is the bench face angle, this angle is the bench face angle. This is a ramp and this is the inter ramp angle. This angle is inter ramp angle. These are the benches. This is the catch bench. This one is catch bench. This is the ramp. This is the ramp. Bottom one. And this is the slope crest. Crest is the crest of the slope, and this is the toe of the slope. Bench slope toe. This. So if you join the toe and the crest, you will get an angle which is called your overall slope angle. This is the catch bench, this is the ramp. These are the definitions used for slope angles. So the open pits are mostly concerned about the slope stability of the slopes. This is the waste rock, this is the ore, yellow person is your ore, and this is the open pit you are going to mine. So this is the steeper slope. This is the steeper slope. This is the flatter slope. Less waste rock. So this much of rock, this blue color, this much of rock you are going to extract extra if you are making the slope flatter. If you make the slope flat, this much of extra overburden you are going to handle. That is why always try to have a steeper slope. so that you can mine less waste rock material. Okay, so steeper slopes reduces the stripping ratio. Steeper slopes, large-scale failure may also take place. If the slope is very steep, so there may be failure of the rock mass. Failure and large displacement of rock may take place. That is why, on one hand, economy, on the other hand, safety. So, safety point of view, the angle of slopes will be flatter. From economic point of view, the angle of slope should be steeper. So that is why you should strike a balance between these two conflicting requirements. So decrease of, suppose 1 degree angle is reduced. If you reduce the angle by 1 degree, so how much overburden you are going to handle? From 45 degree, uh, uh, if you are reducing the angle to 1 degree, so um, uh, decrease of required stripping due to increased overall slope angle by 1 degree, slope angle 40 degree, slope height 300 meter, 600 meter, and 417. So the million ton per thousand meter of slope length. So if you are reducing the angle of slope, then extra amount of overburden you are going to handle. So therefore, factor of safety and probability of failure is factor of safety and probability of failure is more in the case of your steeper slopes. So, for that purpose, you have to carry out, for slope stability point of view, you have to carry out preliminary geotechnical characterization like plan investigations, surface mapping, geophysical exploration, limited drilling program, and groundwater investigations, laboratory tests on rock samples, and index field tests on rock cores. So in the preliminary evaluation, prepare geological maps and sections, show favorable, unfavorable regions, complete input data sheets for each structural region. Then you have to carry out the feasibility study, engineering classification of rock masses in each region, knowledge and experience available to use classification of rock masses to compare excavation stability and support requirements with documented evidence from sites with similar conditions. In the feasibility assessment, definition of potential tunneling, preliminary design of tunnel cross-sections, tentative alternative construction and support methods. So detailed site characterization, plan, investigations, exploratory drilling, laboratory testing is carried out, detailed geological mapping, geophysical testing, measurement of in situ stresses, groundwater tests, exploratory edits with test and in situ mechanics test. Processing of the data is done finally. Prepare final geological maps and sections. Analyze results of laboratory and in situ tests. Classify rock masses in regions. So these are the main principles in active and crowd conditions. Practical of practical and analysis. What is the goal of slope stability design? Practical slope design and analysis, and what is the philosophy behind practical slope design and analysis? Slope stability analysis is for a variety of regions. There are many regions for which you are going to study the slope stability analysis. The aim of slope stability analysis identified from literature is given below. The aim of The slope design analysis is assessment of the stability of slopes under specified conditions, evaluation of the possibilities of the failure of the slopes, determination of the influence of proposed changes on a slope, comparison of the effectiveness of alternative remedial or preventive measures, sensitivity analysis for evaluating the influence of variations in critical parameters such as geometry, material properties, and groundwater conditions on the stability of the slopes, analysis of failures that have already occurred. This helps understand failure mechanisms and obtain in situ material properties. Design of remedial or preventive measures for slope, assessment of the effects of exceptional loadings such as earthquakes on the surface. So these are the sets of data acquisition for geotechnical assessment. For geotechnical assessment, these data are necessary. Mining environment, geological setting, hydrology of the deposit, mining history, rock mass characterization like intact rock mass strength properties, discontinuity data, rock mass quality data, in situ state analysis, in situ stress analysis like numerical methods, structural tests for stability, empirical techniques. Mining method designs like selection of proper mining method, ore extraction sequencing, blasting and rock breaking, choice of support design, primary development, mine drainage, etc. Monitoring program consists of geotechnical instrumentation for monitoring pit slopes or underground structure to understand the strata behavior during progress of mining. In this table, it is given components of mine design process. What are the different components used for mine design process, like your conceptual modeling, minerals and rock mass data input, geological, geotechnical interpretation, geological and geotechnical volume models are to be generated. In the phasing base, grade constraints are to be studied, geological reserves are to be estimated, mining constraints are to be analyzed, mining reserves are to be calculated, selection of mining method is to be done, and production reserve is to be estimated. So in the detailed design, you have to generate general mine layout. It will be the mine extraction sequence is to be the slope bench design or slope design layout, schedules and evaluation. Production schedule and evaluation is to be carried out. So the preliminary geotechnical characterization we have studied. Next is selected failure mechanisms. What are the different types of failure which take place in surface mines? This is a circular shear failure, circular rock mass shear. This is circular because this is the circle. Highly jointed or weak rock mass can create circular failure. This is called your circular shear failure. And this is another type of circular failure. In another type of circular failure in highly jointed rock mass. Here this is a coupling pre-existing discontinuities or highly foliated rock mass. These are the tension cracks and the rotation and shear. So toppling failure. This is toppling failure. This is circular failure. So these existing rock mass classification systems are like SRMR, slope mass rating, slope mass rate. Your MR, mining rock mass MR, modified rock mass classification, index of basic rock mass quality, geological strength index, rock mass rating, rock mass strength, slope mass rating, Chinese system of slope mass rating, different rock mass classification systems. So these are the Examples, conditions for large-scale toppling failure. These are toppling failure, tensile failure at the base of the bench, relative shear displacement but no bending, tensile failure, shear failure at the base, tensile failure at the crest, shear failure at the base, and less no tension failure on the crests. So these are the different modes of toppling failure. Some classification tables are given with respect to rock features like foliation, anisotropic factor, weathering factor, compressive strength of the rock, point load strength of the rock, and different classes of rock. Okay, extremely low, very low, low with the degree of jointing and rock mass index. So this toppling failure development, how it takes place, is the press, then this elastic rebound takes place, new manning step. These are the joint. The stress redistribution take place. Joint sleeve fully developed, and compression and bending of the columns take place. Tensile bending failure at base of the rotation. Tensile bending failure propagated to the crest. Displacement starting from the toe of the bench, sliding along base failure surface. So this is a mine, and these are some of bench failures which has taken place in some of the mines. Is slope failure. So these benches sometimes they fail. Okay. So to study the geological parameters, to study the strength parameters of the rock, you have to collect the sample from different sources. So these are the drill core samples. You see how much dust, how much gas is generated to the atmosphere. And this is the overburden material. This is the waste material dumped in the mining area, waste dump area. This is the waste dump area. So huge amount of waste material will be dumped in the mining areas. If you are going for open cast mining, there should be plentifully available land where the waste material can be dumped. This is the surface mining layout, and how the mining is carried out in iron ore mines of North Goa. So this is also one failure of the bench. This is the failure, local bench failure in open cast mine, local bench failure in open cast mine. This is the bench failure, and this is the mining which is going on. This is the truck, this is the backhoe, this is the backhoe loading to the trucks. Small scale mining is going on. And this is the water problem in the surface mines. A lot of water will be accumulated. So pits filled with water. So you have to evacuate the water for mining purpose. You have to remove the water. Then only you can go for mining. So after the mining, going to the deep rainy season, a lot of water will be accumulated in the pit bottom. So for that purpose, you have to go for dewatering. You have to go for dewatering the pit by pumping. If you pump the water continuously, then only the water will come out or evacuated from the pit. So this is another method of mining, audit mining, So in the hilly area, this is the which the this is the mine car. This is the mine car which is entering to this audit, and after mining is done, this mineral will be taken out by the help of this mine car. So add it to prove the ore deposit, whether there is mineral or not. So you have to drive an audit to prove the existence of the mineral deposit, and after that you have to go for mining. So uh, this a hilly type of deposit where you can dig an audit to reach the your deposit. And in the underground you have to an underground shaft in manganese mines. You have seen the vertical. So here the shaft is sunk so that you can go down the platinum mining purpose. So shaft sinking we have already studied. So during the process of mine development, uh, inclines were developed at 0 meter reduced level to 30 meter reduced level. Level difference 30 meter system at incline ladder ways were provided. Rope and backup were supported with rock bowl and development at 30 meter and at least level. So the bucket of the shovel, this is the shovel machine. This is the shovel machine. This is the bucket of the shovel. And this is the way how this shovel loads the material. Electric shovel on bench. This is this is an electrical shovel. This is the bench. Iron ore mining. This is the environment where the mining is carried out. Iron ore mining processing plant. This is the processing plant where the ore is screened and washed. The mineral is washed. So this is the screening plant. After the mining is done, the mineral will be taken to the processing plant, ore processing plant, where the ore will be crossed to the and gang particles are to be removed from the valuable minerals. And these are the so by the help of and this is the railway siding where or this the mining area where the different mining operations are carried out. So this is the ore handling mineral handling system carried out in the mining area. And this is the spread, this is the spreader spreading the material. This is a belt conveyor going through this area. And in mining, whatever you study, you can do the numerical modeling, finite element analysis can be carried out using the computer system. Numerical modeling is carried out using the computer system. Different softwares are there. So these are the core boxes, and these are the cracks developed during mining, ground movement during mining. Okay, during blasting, the rock is ground surface is broken. This is also the area where the ground is broken, cracked. So because of the blasting, ground vibration takes place and the ground is cracked. This is the crack developed because of the blasting. This is also the crack developed because of the blasting. That's why the blasting is so that the ground vibration would be minimum, and the nearby structures are not going to be affected if ground vibration is less. So this is the study they carry out in the mines to study the slope stability problem in the mines. Different type of study carried out in the mines. Okay. So nowadays, this is a modern type of equipment used in the surface mines for stability study to monitor the slope stability problem in the surface mine. So this machine is called slope stability radar. Slope stability radar for continuous monitoring of the pit slopes. Because while mining is carried out, the pit slope may be broken because of the ground vibration, because of the blast. The rock is going to be broken, the ground movement may take place, slope stability problem may occur, the stability of the slope may be affected, and to study the movement of the ground, nowadays in the mines, people are using slope stability radar for continuous monitoring of the pit slope. Whether the pit slopes are stable or unstable, whether there is ground movement taking place or not. To this slope stability radar is used. The slope stability radar will show the amount of ground which is moving uh, while mining is carried. So the slope stability radar can give the graph generated by the slope stability radar. Slope stability visual of the rock. So this is the time of failure. This is the time of failure, and after that, rapid acceleration of monitoring point. Rapid acceleration of monitoring point. Time where monitoring point diverges from long-term trend. So initial failure here observed. Here initial failure. Then in the red line, time of failure. Rapid acceleration takes place. So this is also the place where the rock is. So, therefore, for slope stability study, the slope stability radar is used. For critical slope monitoring, slope stability radar is used in the surface mine. So these are the numerical modeling, modeled failures in dry and weathered material. Just the failure mechanism or failure study by using the numerical modeling technique, finite element methods. From this type of study, computerized study, modeling, train and displacement in a portion of footwall of a pit or the hangwall of a pit can be analyzed. So this is the plan showing the mine working. This is the plan showing the mine working. These are some of the things I wanted to discuss today. Surface mining method and your surface mining practices. So in this study, mostly the slope stability study is. So what is slope study? You know that the surface mining is carried out by forming benches. So the bench is having three components. One is height of the bench, the other one is angle of slope of the bench, and the width of the bench. So if the angle of slope is steep, means the rock is going to fail. But at the same time, if you make the angle of slope shorter, so it will not be economical. So if you are going angle slope far, there will be more stripping ratio. The value of stripping ratio will increase, and your operations are not going to be economical. And if you make the angles vertical or the steep, so safety is going to be affected. The rock mass may fall down. There are various methods of failure. There are various modes of failure of the rock mass, like your circular failure, toppling failure, planar failure, wedge failure. There are four methods, four modes of failure of the rock mass. If the rock is going to fail, if the benches are not stable, means benches are going to fail, then four types of failures may take place in your mind. One is your circular failure, one is your plane failure, toppling failure, wedge failure. Okay. Usually the circular failure is uh, uh, found in the unconsolidated material. Circular failure is found in the unconsolidated material. Plane failure is observed if there is a tension crack is in the rock mass. If there is a tension crack developed in the rock mass, then through this tension crack, water will percolate and the rock mass is going to fail. So plane failure, circular failure are most common failure modes in surface mining. But sometimes the toppling failure also takes place if there are joint planes are there. If geological joints are there, toppling failure may also take place. And if wedge type of failures also are there, uh, uh, from where a wedge of rock comes out from the rock mass. So these are the different modes of failure observed in surface mines. So the uh, uh, to know the slope stability problem in your mining area, you have to carry out the geotechnical study. You have to carry out geotechnical study. Geotechnical study means the rock mass classification system is to be adopted to know the type of rock present in your mine. So, uh, in the geotechnical study, you have to determine the various properties of the rock mass, like your compressive strength of the rock, tensile strength of the rock, uh, your tensile strength, and stress and strain developed in the rock mass because of mining activities, and the density of the rock mass, the porosity, the pore water present in the rock mass, hydrogeological study, and mechanical study is to be carried out for the rock mass to know the strength of the rock. So, on the basis of these parameters, you have to design your benches so that the bench will remain stable. The bench will remain stable. So, this is with respect to angle of slope of the bench. Similarly, height of the bench. If the height of the bench is very high, then it is going to fall down. If the height of the bench is very high, the bench is going to fall down. And if the height is very, very less, then your machine's uh, efficiency will go down. So that is why you have to strike a balance between the higher benches and the lower benches. The bench height should be sufficient so that the shovel can take the materials, load the materials comfortably from the bench. Okay, so the height of the bench. Then the width of the bench. You have to design the width of the bench. Width of the bench should be sufficient so that there is no congestion in the traffic. Two trucks, three trucks can pass comfortably in the mine, and uh, for that purpose you should have wide roads. Bench width should be 30 to 40 meter so that two, three trucks can move simultaneously. But if the width of the bench is too high, then you have to handle huge amount of overburden material. Angle of slope will be less, and your uh, lot of mineral may be lying below the road bed. That is why the width of the bench should be optimum width of the bench, so that neither it is too large nor it is too small. If it is too small, accidents are going to take place while the trucks move. So there may be chances of accident in the mine. That's why you should have sufficient wide road so that the driver can comfortably drive the dumpers safely without meeting any accident. So this is with respect to your slope stability study in surface mines. Slope stability study in surface mines. So the water bearing strata, if in the mines, lot of water is there. If the strata contains water, then stability is going to hamper in your mines. So particularly in rainy season, lot of water get into the mine, and it is difficult for you to remove the water in rainy season. Uh, so that is why continuously the pump is operated so that the water can be evacuated from the mine. Okay, and mm, this water problem in surface mining is very prevalent. Uh, Whereas if you go for underground mining, uh, so rainwater is not going to affect your mining activities inside the mine. But in surface mining, during rainy season, it is very difficult to work uh, because of the because of the heavy rains. Because of the heavy rains in rainy season, surface mining is affected uh, because of the heavy rains. So usually in rainy season, in July, August, for 2 months, the mine surface mines are closed down. No production takes place because if the trucks move, if the dumpers move, they will be slipped. They may be slipping, or slippery surface is there, so they may be slip down and fall down. And sometimes during heavy rains also, the machines are drowned inside the mine. The dragline machine, the shovel machine, they are drowned inside the machine. That is why in rainy season, it is very difficult to work in surface mine. There is danger of flooding, rainwater flooding in the surface mine. So these are the things you have to keep in your mind while selecting this surface mining method. As I have, as we have seen, choice of mining method. So whether you'll go for surface mining or underground mining. So if you want to go for surface mining, there are some factors you have to take into consideration. The factors are like your, we have seen, the factors are like your type of the deposit ore body, whether it is a tabular ore body or a cylindrical ore body or a spherical ore body, that is to be studied. So the choice of surface mining method depends on shape of the ore body, whether it is a tabular type of deposit or it is a cylindrical type of deposit or a spherical type of deposit. So Similarly, while choosing the surface mining method, you have to know the orientation of the ore body, in which direction the ore body is lying, whether it is sub-horizontal deposit or sub-vertical deposit. Then also you have to know whether the deposit ore body is a continuous type of deposit or a pocket type of deposit. And also you have to find out the grade of the ore body. You have to find out the grade of the ore, whether it is a high grade ore or a low grade ore. If it is a high grade ore, you will get profit. And also you should know the distribution of ore bearing minerals. Distribution of ore bearing minerals within the ore body. Whether it is a massive type of deposit or a disseminated type of deposit, that is to be also studied while choosing the surface mining method. Then at what depth the ore body is lying. This is very, very important. If the depth is shallow depth, then comfortably you can go for surface mining. If the depth of the ore body is very deep, you cannot go for surface mining. You have to go for underground mining. And we have studied geotechnical parameters, strength of the ore body, strength of the overburden, strength of the host rock are to be studied while choosing the surface mining method. And for waste disposal, there should be sufficient space. We have discussed there should be sufficient space for disposal of the waste materials near the mining area. So waste dump area should be available. And open pit mines cover large surface area and they generate large volume of waste material. That is why you should have a waste disposal area, dumping area. And surface mining affects the environment. Ecology and environment is affected because of surface mining activities. The environmental problems are associated with surface mining. Surface drainage problems are associated with surface mining. Subsurface aquifers, water bodies, underground water bodies are affected because of the surface mining activity. Land use changes take place. The cultivable land is converted to mining land, so the cultivation is lost forever. Therefore, the people who live near the mine, their landed property are going to be lost. Their cultivation is going to be lost. So there will be social impact because of this surface mining. And the people who are living around the mine, they cannot live in that area. You have to provide them separate land, separate house, and you have to give them compensation. You have to pay the money to them so that they can go and construct their houses somewhere else. So rehabilitation and resettlement activities to be carried out as per the Government of India rule. Rehabilitation and resettlement is to be carried out, uh, and jobs are to be provided to the people who are losing their land, and they should be given money, sufficient money, so that they can go and settle somewhere else. And while choosing the surface mining method, you should know how much production you are going to plan for your annual production. If you want to produce more mineral, then surface mining can give you much more production because of introduction of very earth moving machineries. Heavy earth moving machineries can produce huge amount of mineral within a short period of time. And as we have seen, safety is much guaranteed in surface mines. If it is an underground mine, safety is not guaranteed. A lot of hazards are associated with surface mining, like your fire, explosion, inundation, roof fall, side fall take place in underground mines, whereas in surface mining, these problems are not associated with. It is a safe method of mining. Surface mining is a safe method of mining. So that is why while choosing the surface mining method, these are to be studied carefully. So we have for placer mining, we have studied adult mining, we have studied dredging, we have studied choice of mining and processing methods, and we have also today discussed definition of slope angle and open pits and slope stability study we have studied, and this much of extra overburden you are going to handle if the angle of slope is flattened by 1 degree. This also we have studied, and this is the failure and large displacement of rock mass take place if you are going for steeper angle of slope. This is the calculation. This is the factor of safety. These are the preliminary geotechnical characteristic study. These are the goal and philosophy of practical slope design and analysis. So these are the sets of data acquisition for geotechnical assessment. These are the components of mine design process. Preliminary geotech. These are the different failure modes, mechanism, like your circular failure, coupling failure, rock mass classification system, condition for large scale toppling failure. Some classification tables are given here. Toppling failure development, how it takes place. These are the maps. And these things we have discussed today. Today we have discussed these things applicable to surface mining. So this is the mining activity which are associated with surface mining. So with this, I close the class today. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I have a doubt on auger mining, sir. Can I
Okay.
ask?
Yes, yes, sure, sure. Agar
Uh,
mining. Yes.
yes,
Yes, tell
in,
me.
sir, in auger mining, is there
Yes.
any like filling is done after the mining is done? Like in the reclamation process, is the
Hmm.
holes are filled with sand or not?
Oh, acha. So this auger mining. So after the coal, these are very thin seams. Thin seams they take out by sanding the auger. Auger will cut in a circular fashion a hole, and a mineral will come out by augering spiral movement. So after that, the holes will remain there. But if these holes are going to remain, so there may be some problem. The rock which is lying above will fall down. Usually, the collapse, the caving take place. Because of the caving, the because of the caving, the rock will fall down and close the hole. But if the hole is not getting caved, suppose the hole is not going to cave, then you have to put some sand so that the space is filled. Otherwise, that hole will create problem in future. But usually, after the mining is done, so when the equipments you take it out, so ground subsidence take place, caving take place. So the rock itself fall down and close the hole. But if the rock mass is very, very strong, so the holes are not going to close, then you have to put some sand.
Sir, sir, then in both the cases, in sand case or the in caving
You have
case,
to put it
we
done automatically. Mhm.
hello sir, can you hear me
Mhm.
now?
Yes, yes.
Sir, in case of caving or stowing process,
Mhm.
in the both way, we are not able to use that road for haulage purposes. Like
Oh,
there
no,
is a bench, na sir, for that high wall. There is a bench. There should be a bench. So we are
A
not
high
able
wall,
to.
a high wall means the wall is very, very high, 100-meter, 50-meter height. So that is
Yes,
not a bench. That is a high wall. That is a high wall.
sir, but above that high wall, there should be a surface na, which can be used
Ah,
as a roof.
yes, yes, yes. Above that, there may be some structures or surfaces may be there. So if any important structure is there, roads are there, railway lines are there, or any building is there, then you have to fill it up with sand. If a surface is free from any if the surface there is nothing is there, then you allow the rock to fall down.
Sir, but when the mining excavation is going on, that surface should be restricted to like transport the vehicle or something.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, this auger mining is done for thin seams, very, very thin seams, where underground mining cannot be carried out or open cast mining cannot be carried out. So, you dig a trench, and after digging the trench, you dig the holes, or by the help of the augers, you take out the. So above the coal, the height of the high wall is very high. So 100-meter, 50-meter height. So above that, if any structure is there, that structure will be damaged or cracked if these holes are not filled up. But if nothing is there on the surface, then you need not bother. It will fall down. They don't fill it with sand or anything if the structure is not there on the surface.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Hello.
is there any special method to fill these holes? Or the usual method is used bring a slurry pump and fill it with wet sand?
Uh, Only uh, uh, the concrete means your cemented material pumped inside to give a support. If there is a necessity, then you can, along with sand, some cementing material uh, in the form of a slurry can be driven to the holes, so that they will be consolidated in the due course of time, and they will give support. But you find out from Tata Mines, Tata West Bokaro Mines, they are the practicing the high wall mining. You just visit the mine website you visit, or online you find out with what they are doing. But usually they are not filling, because on the surface nothing is there. The holes are left like that, but the mouth of the holes are closed. The mouth of the hole are closed.
Sir, why the
Why?
mouth closed, sir?
Because if the mouth is kept open, then the um, wild animals or snakes, other things, you will take shelter there. So that's why the mouths are closed down, and
Okay.
allowed to fall down. Caving is done. Because of the structure, overlying pressure, rock pressure, it will automatically fall down and close the gap. And because it is very thin, very.
Yes, sir. It is used
So,
in. Thank you, sir.
so the ground will settle. So you can see some Tata mines, what they are doing. You can tell me in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.